Hi YouTube, this is Felicia with Bible Scraps. Okay crafters, I'm super excited about this video. Let me tell you, if you saw my Flippy Finique foiling glitter distressed video, if you liked that video, you are absolutely going to love this video. It's similar, but it is so different. This is the non-flip back art version, but it's so much more. Okay, a sampling of what we are going to make, but we're going to make so much more than this. I could not think of a name for this type of sticker. I asked my husband, I said, what do this one look like, the pink one? And he said, it looks like sandpaper. And I said, well, what do this one look like? He said, pretty sandpaper. And so I decided to call this particular technique the sparkly sandpaper sticker. But you know what? You never know what you are going to get, and that's the fun of it. The supplies you are going to need, well, whatever you have in your stash, from sequins to micro beads and everything in between. Some example of things: you could use crushed glitter, you could use these color fragments, mica flakes, glitter of all types, including shaped confetti glitter, embossing powder, flocking powder, and of course, you need foil. In my Flippy Finique video, I used adhesive vinyl, but in this video, I'm going to be using colored vellum, clear vellum. I'm going to try the transparency paper, and also cardstock. I'm using my 9-inch Xyron machine. I'm going to start with vellum. Now, because vellum, it's the same on both sides, you don't have to worry about which side to put it in. And using this machine is really simple. You just put it in, turn the lever, and while I'm at it, I'm going to go ahead and add my other sheets in. This is a clear vellum. So I added all of my paper. As you can see here, the yellow and the clear vellum, it overlapped. I was at a weird angle, so I couldn't see it. But the clear here and the pink did not overlap. Well, maybe just a tad. But you see here, I still have that wasted adhesive because I'm at a weird angle and I couldn't see it. But when you put all of your paper in, one after another, you will save because you won't get gaps like this. You just have to be careful that you don't overlap. To get started, you peel back both liners off your paper, and I've already peeled off one liner. Whoops. Remember, this sheet, I had some overlap. I'll just peel that off. Now, I like to keep these liners because I like to use them in my ink machine, and also you could use those when you're die cutting out intricate designs. Alrighty, so to get started, this is where you have fun. You experiment. You take whatever shake that you have and you use it. I'm going to start with black micro beads. So you just play and you have fun. Don't put too much thought into it. All in having fun and experimenting and waiting for the reveal of what your end project looks like. Now, my embossing powder is blowing because I have my fan going. Okay, so just going to sprinkle a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Now, let's add some of this flocking powder. I've never added this before. Not going to add a lot of this though. Maybe not. It's kind of clumpy up in there. My son, he's in here. Okay, yeah, this is clumpy. Hello. But and he told me what colors to use, so I'm taking his advice. I'm going to add a little bit of this yellow star-shaped confetti. And maybe you should add your larger elements first, just to ensure that they do stick. I'm going to add some of this embossing tinsel. I'm too excited to see what's gonna come out. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do is add some foil, and I'm using this color here. I love this color. And I'm using the Mica machine. You do need a laminator when you are using embossing powder. With some types of glitter, you don't need to use a laminator, but I have found the heat helps glitter bind better. And so you don't need it, but depending on what type of shake you use, you will need it. And my Mica machine is set at 3. So when this comes out, even at 3, it is warm. So you want to let it cool for a second. And you could see texture. Now this has never happened before in my liners. Look at that texture. I got to figure out what to do with that. That is super cool. Now, look at the texture in the foil. If you saw any of my foiling videos, even the ones I did when I initially received my Mica machine, you know not to throw away the negative foil. And I show you in my Flippy Finique video how you could use the negative foil to create distressed flippies. So in this example, we don't have a lot of foil, which is okay because you never know what you'll end up getting. I can achieve more foil if I add less of the bigger particles. But take a look at that. I like how that looks. You see the flocking powder there, and I see the gold tinsel there. And you know what? You might lose a couple micro beads, but for the most part, those micro beads have been fused onto the vellum. I really do like how this looks. Now this is perfect for mixed media and altered art, but you could use these in scrapbooking and card making. You can make these large sheets, or you can die cut these out. Now what I will be doing is adding adhesive on the back of these to make it into a sticker. So now I'm going to use the double-sided cardstock, and with this one I'm going to add some of these mica flakes, and these tend to clump up, so you know what, I'm just going to leave it as is. I'm going to add some crushed glass. Ooh, I can't wait to see how this one turns out. And I'm going to also add some Martha Stewart tinsel glitter. I really do like using this. I used it in my Flippy Finique video, and it adds, oops, and once again my fan is blowing, it adds such nice texture. So I have a lot added in that area. I want to add some distressed rock candy glitter. And finally, red embossing powder. So excited to see how this one is going to look. The texture on this looks different from the texture on the last one. Oops. Remember, keep these negative. Now, take a look at this, you guys. You see the mica flakes? You might lose a couple particles here and there, but everything seems to have binded very well. I will suggest with your mica flakes, try to flatten them out and don't have them clumped up. But this is absolutely gorgeous. And it's card stock, so it has a nice weight to it. You will easily be able to die cut this out in your die cutting machine. Absolutely gorgeous. Love it. You see the foiling. You see my tinsel. And this even has a distressed look to it. Wow, I can just look at this for a long time to try to figure out what type of shake this is and what type that is. This is absolutely gorgeous. Sparkly sandpaper stickers. So for this one, I'm using my yellow vellum, and I'm going to add some sequins. So let's add some of these flat purple sequins. I'm just going to sprinkle them on. Don't want to clump them up. I suggest using the flat ones just to ensure that they do stick, but I will add these smaller ones, and these are slightly cupped. I just want to see if they're going to stick. Okay, I have enough sequins. Now let's add some purple micro beads. Oh, I just love it, love it, love it. And I'm going to add purple embossing powder and blue embossing powder. And just remember, use whatever you have on hand. It doesn't matter what brand you're using. And top it off with some purple glitter. Yeah. That gives it that sparkle. I didn't know what color foil to use, and so I went with red. I don't know if red will overpower the other colors, but the fun of it is you never know what you'll get. So just experiment and have fun. Let's see here. Will it even match, right? Oh, that's different. Oh yeah, that's different. I can't say I like the colors, but it's definitely different. This reminds me of something. I can't pinpoint what it reminds me of, but it may be a map. But yeah, you can see how that red looks on the yellow vellum, and that's how the back looks. At the end of the video, I'll go through each one again and show the front and the back. But yeah, you can see if you use different types of foil with your shake, what looks you'll get. I added Xyron to blue vellum. I want to make me a brown sheet. So these are brown micro beads. And I'm going to add some gold to it. But first, let me add some distressed glitter in this brown color. I wish I had some brown foil. I know there's companies out there that makes all different types of foil in different colors. Let me add some gold. This is the embossing tinsel. Now, you will find that depending on what type of medium you're using, you'll get a different feel. Vellum, I like how vellum feels. It feels quite different than cardstock. And so I think you'll appreciate working on different types of mediums. Now I don't know what color foil to use. I want to use a foil that's light. So maybe a gold. I wanted to give you an idea of how this one looks without foil. You can use it as is. It does have some stickiness on it. Not enough to stick to anything. But then again, yeah, certain areas you can stick. Like this part, this corner sticks to my finger. If you wanted to use it as is, you could add baby powder on it to deactivate any stickiness. I will be sending it through with this color foil. All right, so let's see how this one fared. Look at that texture. I just love how that looks. Okay, so I see I got a lot of foiling. Ooh, but that's pretty. Can you see how the blue came through? Let me do it like that. Yeah, that's a better angle. Ooh, I like that. Wow. And then you can see little specks of the micro beads. And it stuck on there too. One thing about using your laminator is you wouldn't normally be able to use micro beads with Xyron. But when you fuse it, it gives a better sealing. So yeah, that is absolutely gorgeous. And that was the blue vellum. So this last one concerns me, crafters, because this is the acetate, and this is not, to my knowledge, it's not heat proof. So I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to do it because you never know unless you try, right? So for this one, I'll be using, I got this from Walmart for $3. It's the jumbo glitter. I love it. I love this color. So let's just sprinkle on some of these. Let's add some brown hearts. This is by Recollections. Let's throw in some yellow embossing powder. Pink glitter. White tinsel glitter. I'm trying to add as much shake as I can because I want less foil. YouTube, this is the acetate paper, and what I decided to do was layer different colors of foil. I had run out of the pink. By the way, I love running out of things now, because I used to be the kind of crafter I would cringe at the thought of running out of something, but now I just love the idea of running out because it means I'm using. But I could tell that the acetate, it did not melt, so that's good news. I don't know how it's going to look, but yeah, I did the 4 colors. So let's start with the gold and see how that looks. Okay, alrighty. Oh wow. Alrighty. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. Take a look at that. I could just look at this, people, all day. I don't know where to begin. This is gorgeous. I love the variation of color and the texture. Okay, oh my goodness, I'm blown away. So this wouldn't be a sticker without adhesive. So to make this into a sticker, you simply use your Xyron machine again, and you just add it with the color up. And just that easy, I have made a sticker. I'm going to leave my liners on until I'm ready to use my stickers. And be on the lookout, because in future videos, I'm going to show you guys how I will use these customized. I am overwhelmed with excitement about this technique. Wow. I don't know if the name Sandpaper Stickers gives it justice, so I might change that. But this is absolutely gorgeous. When you think about what you can do with these types of stickers, these are the 2 that I made before I did my tutorial. I'm thinking about the custom bags, the custom boxes. I've been seeing purses, paper purses. Just imagine using these stickers on your projects, the embellishments that you can make. Wow. And you are sure to get a custom look, something that no one else has. This one was the cardstock. The first, let me go back for a second, because I want to show you guys the back of the paper as well. This was the yellow vellum, and the first 2 I showed you was the clear vellum. I love the feel that vellum gives. Cardstock is sturdy. Once again, this was the yellow vellum, but the vellum has a flexibility to it. This was the pink cardstock. This one had the mica flakes in it. Absolutely gorgeous what you could do with it. Now, if you don't have the Xyron machine, once again, you can use double stick tape. I suggest a nice strong tape. This tape here will hold micro beads. With the Xyron machine, their tape don't hold micro beads very well, and so the heat addition allows the binding. But if you use a tape like this, you don't need to have a laminator. Now, the laminator comes in handy too when you're using the embossing powder. It melts it. And this was the last one I did, the clear transparency. I'm excited about using transparencies because once again, it gives a different texture. Look at the back side. Even the back side is just gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And you see the embossing powder. Yeah, the laminating machine melts it and spreads it. And of course, it binds it. And it might even help bind other shake around it. Absolutely love this technique, you guys. And this was the brown clear vellum, but I made a brown sheet and you can see the specks of micro beads. I just love it. Oh my goodness. And then the last one was on clear vellum, and this was the first one I did, and you could see the confetti stars there. And this one had the flocking powder. Oh my goodness. And once again, it stuck, you guys. Nothing's shaking off. So you could use the Xyron with glitter. It works perfectly. I'm not sure about the thicker glitter though, how well it will stick. But once again, I think the laminating machine or the ink machine, it just seals it and melts it and makes it perfect. I thank you guys for watching. If you guys do try this technique, please send me a link to your creations. And also I'm asking that you link back the tutorial to my video. You can do your own tutorials, but I'm just asking that you link back to mine. Thank you so very much for watching. And as always, blessings.